Hey, so I did this Sycra girl turnaround, and I call it a Sycra girl because it's like, well, I don't know what the hell else to call it because it is a my proportion thing. And the reason I did it is because I was running into issues when I was drawing. It was like, okay, I could do a front view and I could do a side view, but they didn't actually really line up and stuff. And I was wondering, well, how am I going to do this and understand this form? And I thought maybe I have to learn 3D. And so I got DAZ Studio, which is a program that is pretty cool, where you can take like a 3D model, but it didn't work because the proportions were different and I couldn't get it to my thing. So I realized like, no, you don't need to do that. Just make it yourself, like make a turnaround, like draw it. So I thought I would go into the process of doing that and how I did it. So in the beginning I created like this very rough sort of a giant cricket. If you're familiar with you should be familiar with my other channel and the pointy chins, I guess, if you're part of the uncensored thing, because this is like whatever. Anyway, so that's where I started, and I got a side and like made these lines. So after that, I got to this, like I just cleaned it up, and I wasn't really happy with some of the proportions. Like look at the feet, they're humongous or whatever, but it's like fine. I've got the clean whatever, and I used the ruler thingy to make lines, so each part lines up properly. So here's where the eyebrows are, here's where the eyes go, and it was like, okay, in the front view it looks okay, it looks like my style, I guess, but in the side view it didn't quite, so that was an issue. And then I got to this stage where so what I did then is in between, sort of, and what that is like you get, let's see, like this, and you just get two things that are working, like the front and the side, see, like this, and then you draw in between those two, and that, I don't know how to explain it, it's hard to do, because what you're doing is, like, what I did actually is I did something like this. I colorized the lines, and I made like one red, and I made the other green, something like that. And then I used a blue for in between. And the way you do it is, let's just do it in black. And okay, so you look at this point, right? So here's the chin, and here's, it should be down here, but anyway, here's the other chin, right? So you have this point and this point, and I don't actually draw it, I just do it without putting the dots, but I'm just putting the dots to help you see. And then I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I feel where the middle is, and then I mark, that's not exactly right, then I mark the middle, and then I find like each point. So like, oh, this is the tip of the nose. Where is that on the side view? Here. So then you go like back and forth until you find the middle, and that gives you that. And then it's like, okay, here's this part of the forehead, and that's here. So back and forth, and then you get like here, and then you can, like this point is here. So you've got these 2 points back and forth, and you get that, and then you can connect these and connect that. And then like it's just that, like that's how you do it. You build it by finding the 2 points and finding like, oh, where is this point on the side view in the front view? Well, that's where the hair meets the forehead, which is right here, halfway is here. So that's saying, okay, so the side of the head, the hair is going to reach there. And anyway, you do that for a long time, and then you get more things like cleans. So something like this, which is just made of all the in-betweens let's see, hold on. So first I did this. Yeah, this is the first spin. It's just the front, side, back, and the other side. And then it got to this, which is, you see the rough ones, the in-betweens. And so there's the front, and then an in-between, and then the side, and an in-between, and then the other side. Then what I do is, no, that's too far. With this one, yeah, that's still that one. But then I just added more in-betweens, and this one doesn't have its other view. So it's something, oh, and this one I just, I blocked in the figure, and I added a gradient to it from top to bottom, and I put in the values for the hair, which is this one. And then once you add, like, this is only going one direction, because you only need one direction, and then you just flip, like copy the layer and flip it horizontally to get the other direction. But you can only do that in the beginning stage, because if you look at this, like, it's all symmetrical. Like this too, it's all symmetrical. Like the lighting is very even because it's ambient. This is the top light. This is like light that will come down on the person. So now here I have the skin tone, and I have the hair, and I have like all the colors, and then I have an ambient light. And let's see, this is before the ambience was added. So no ambient light here, I think. Yeah, this is before the ambience. So that's that. And then I added a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Maybe in this. Does this have? This has some ambient light. Yeah, so the way I did it was this. I created, what are we? We're on layer 1. So we should not be seeing this. We should be seeing this. So here's where it started with the base. And I guess I already had added the ambient light, but the way I added it was with masks. So I have a mask, and it's set to, like, it's just this whole entire image is copied, and I would edit this out, but I'm not gonna because I don't have time. To this. Wait, what? What have I done? What have I done? This. Yeah? No, not that. This. Yeah, in the mask. So this is what it would look like as a shadow layer, which is just the character. And I'll just show you how to do that. Okay, so I have this base, and let me hide this. And it's got this stuff, right? So duplicate that layer, and then go into levels, image, adjust levels, and bring it down. So now this is kind of like what this would look like in shadow. Okay, then take this layer and add a layer mask on it, like that. And then fill that with black. So fill that with black, and now this disappears, right? But now when where I want to make my shadows, I just reveal it by painting white into the layer mask, and I can get shadows. So that's how I did it, like so. Pretty straightforward. I mean, it looks bad if you just do it, loosely, but you can get the idea of, like, oh, okay, you can make things that look like shadows. So I do that for the light, and then or the shadow, and then I do the exact same thing for the light. And I did that with the ambience, but with the ambience, I think what I did is, how did I do it? I think I did this. I duplicated it, and then I think I put a photo. Yeah. Okay. I think what I did is I adjusted the levels first. Image adjust levels. And I made it a bit brighter, like that. Like not like this, like not too much brighter, but just a bit brighter. And then I put on a photo filter, and I put on, I think I put this one, the cooling one. This one? Maybe one of these cooling filters. And the reason is I'm trying to replicate, or was it a cyan? Maybe it was a cyan. Yeah, I'm trying to replicate the sky, like ambient occlusion. And so then I merged that down to this. So now I have this. And then I did the same thing. Put on a layer mask, fill it with black. And then where I want to reveal that, like let's say on her chest, there's going to be light from the sky. Well, then I just do that. Paint that in. And then, so that's how I get my top light down. And then the rest is a warmer main whatever light. Let's see what this looks like. Fill it with white. Yeah, so then I have this type of, it's also brightened, but it's also warmed, and this is what is the normal light. So that's what I did, and that gets you, I think that gets this. Like this is just the ambient, and then I can no longer be just doing symmetry anymore because I had a light and it's coming from this direction, and I made this cone thing to show like what direction is the light coming from, and then I have to really think, okay, what is getting hit by light? And this is the hardest part, and this is where things really start to jump around a lot, because it is super difficult to paint each one of these and maintain like, okay, this shadow then becomes that. And I can say that this whole process was one of the most helpful just because of how hard it was. Like it really forces you to know your stuff. Like especially like even in the drawing stage, seeing the figure in 3 dimensions, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. There's gonna be like the back's gonna go in and then it comes out a lot. And yeah, that's like I would do this a lot, just drag this. And I'm just using QuickTime to play the JPEG. And then it's like, right, I just stare at it for a while and then it sort of gets stuck in my head. Like, oh, okay. And I fix some of the proportions and stuff. But anyway, also you'll notice that the side view of the head, I moved the eyes higher. And then I had to do the same for the front. So it looks a little bit different than the original head, but I still think it's fine. It looks okay. So that was that. And then I guess this is the final. So then I tried this thing where I just tried putting on a color balance layer and seeing what that looked like. And it's okay. I thought, yeah, that's okay, but I guess normally I would stick to this, but I thought, no, that's, I kind of prefer the original. And you can see in things like the hair, like it bounces around a lot, this line. So then I tried to fix it more. And when did I start this? I started this on August 14th, and it is September 4th now. So it took 2 weeks. About 3 weeks, just under 3 weeks to do this, because I was working on it on and off. And so then, yeah, we got to this stage where, yes, there's minor issues, but because I've been working on it for 3 weeks, I really don't care anymore. And what else? I had one with like ribs doing stuff. I guess it's this one? No, this is this one. Wait, is it this? No, it's just my computer being slow. Yeah, does this one already have the ribs fixed? Yeah, this one has the ribs fixed. Anyway, I had more detail, but it was jumping around a lot. And yeah, here you can see like, god damn it. You can see the ribs bounce around. I guess you can see that. I don't know. How to view normal size? I guess. No, not normal size. Half size. There. Like these bounce around. There's a lot of things bouncing around, but really the whole thing was just for myself to be able to see my character in 3 dimensions, and that worked. So that was good. And it kind of makes you have to do everything. Like you have to understand lighting, you have to understand anatomy, you have to understand so much that I guess that's why it's so useful. Once doing this, I felt like, oh, okay, my stuff makes a lot more sense. And after I was drawing, it's better. But I can't be bothered to do this anymore. It is very tiring, and so I'm not gonna do anymore. I'm not gonna clean it. I'm not gonna polish it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so that's how that was done.